Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our Charter Day University Challenge, where a team of our highly trained staff are taking on our team of even more highly trained students from our 2021 University Challenge competition. I'll just remind you of the rules. Your opening questions are for 10 points, which there is no conferring. There will then follow 3 bonus questions for 5 points each, where you may confer, but I need the answers delivered through your team captains. So, with no further ado then, let's get started. And good luck to both of you, both teams. Fingers on buzzers for the first of your questions. Who effectively became ruler of England in 1658, but clashed with Parliament, which he dissolved the following year?
Student Holland.
Charles I.
No, I'm sorry, that's a wrong answer, and you buzzed in incorrectly, so you will have 5 points taken away from you, and I will finish reading the question. He dissolved the Parliament the following year, shortly before being forced to abdicate.
We're not allowed to confer, are we? No.
No conferring. But it's worth a guess.
Staff Bandara.
James Stewart?
No, it was Richard Cromwell. English history, obviously, not a strong point with either of our teams there. So let's go on to a new starter then for 10. Fingers on buzzers. What word for an organism that promotes the growth of microorganisms is often applied to food products, such as yogurts, that contain so-called...
Student Holland.
Probiotic.
Correct. Well interrupted there. And you get 3 bonus questions on literary fakes. Who did James Macpherson claim was the author of Temora, which appeared in print in 1763?
1763.
You may confer.
Any ideas?
No, James, sorry.
Nothing from me.
I have no idea.
No, it was Ossian. The supposed autobiography of which US aviator and industrialist was in reality a 1972 hoax perpetrated by Clifford Irving?
So Howard Hughes?
I think it's Howard Hughes.
Yeah.
It was
Howard
Howard Hughes. Well done. And finally, for 5 points, which British historian vouched for the authenticity of the bogus Hitler diaries in 1983?
I have no idea. Any guesses?
No, I can't remember.
That was, of course, Hugh Trevor Roper, Baron Dacre of Glanton.
Of course.
Okay, fingers on buzzers teams. Your next starter for 10. What name is shared by a small dark goose that breeds in the Arctic and migrates southwards, a Greater London borough, one of the founders of the internet company lastminute.com, and the gauche manager of a fictional company?
Student McGovern.
Brent? Correct. Well done. We have, of course, the Brent Goose, Brent in London, Brent Hoberman, and David Brent. You get 3 bonus questions on European monarchs. Let's see if the European history is better than the British history. Forced to abdicate and flee the country in 1918, who was the last emperor of Germany?
Wilhelm II.
Indeed, Kaiser Wilhelm II. Overthrown by military coup in 1967 and formally deposed in 1973, Constantine II was the last monarch of which European country?
Greece?
Greece, yeah. Greece.
Yes, correct. Shot with his entire family in 1918, who was the last Tsar of Russia?
Nicholas III.
Nicholas II.
Second. Yeah, don't take my word for it.
I will go through the team captain and accept Nicholas II, which gives you a full house there. Well done, students. Right, okay. We've had 10 minutes gone almost, and No, 5 minutes gone, sorry. And students are ahead by 35 points to 0. Come on, staff. Pull up your socks. Your starter for 10. The Light programme was the forerunner of which BBC radio channel to which it changed its name on the 30th
Staff
September?
Jones.
Radio 2.
Correct. Well interrupted. You such excitement.
Points.
So
Well done.
you get 3 bonus questions linked by a name. Which fictional village lies just off the B3980, 6 miles south of Borchester?
Any ideas, team?
6 miles south of Borchester.
It's an Archer's reference. So
Shall we go for Ambridge?
Yeah.
Ambridge,
Yes.
yes.
Ambridge.
That's good.
Yeah.
Very good.
Well done.
Well done. You knew it was the Archers.
Well done,
Isabel
Roger.
Archer is the title character of which novel by Henry James?
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
something lady.
Portrait of a lady. Portrait of a lady.
It is through the captain, please, Captain.
Portrait of a lady.
Correct. And the Archers film production company was based on the collaboration between Emmerich Pressburger and which British director?
Any ideas, team?
I'd be guessing.
Well, let's guess, because that's all we can do. Any British director? Name a British director.
Alan Parker, Attenborough.
Alan Parker
Richard Attenborough.
or
Richard
Richard
Attenborough.
Let's go Richard
Richard
Attenborough.
Yeah.
No, it was Michael Powell. Powell,
Oh, well,
and
that's right.
Pressburger, of course. Okay, so teams, fingers on buzzers for their next starter. From 2003, images from NASA's Hubble telescope revealed the existence of 2 previously undiscovered moons named Mab and Cupid, orbiting which planet, now known to have had at least 25 satellites?
Student Lee.
Neptune.
No, sorry. I have to throw it over to the staff team now.
Is it Mars, guys?
It's
No
a
idea.
starter question, so somebody's got to buzz in.
Yes, no conferring, sorry. But
My
I'll have to
buzzer's,
hurry you.
my, my buzzer's not working.
Well, say that you want to answer then.
Staff Stewart.
I'm going to guess Mars.
Well, that's a dreadful guess. Mars has 2 satellites, Phobos and Deimos. The answer is Uranus. Right, team, starter for 10. The term radical chic was coined in 1970 by Tom Wolfe, specifically to describe a fundraiser organised by Leonard Bernstein for which militant group, founded by Bobby Seale and...
Student Davidson.
Black Panthers.
Correct, well interrupted. Founded by Bobby Seale and Huey Newton. You now get 3 questions about libraries. What term denotes those libraries that, by law, are entitled to receive a free copy of every book published in the UK? For example, university libraries of Oxford and Cambridge.
I think it's copyright library.
Yeah. Copyright library.
Correct, also known as a legal deposit or a copyright deposit. The National Library of Scotland is in Edinburgh. In which town is the National Library of Wales?
Is that Aberystwyth?
Yes, it is.
It
Yeah,
is in Aberystwyth.
yeah.
Yes, well done. And finally, for 5 points, the architect Colin St John Wilson, or Colin St John Wilson, designed which library building completed in 1997?
The British Library.
British.
It
Yeah,
is
the-
the British Library. Well done. Okay, so 55 plays 20 with the students in the lead. Fingers on buzzers teams. Your starter for 10. Meanings of which short word include the male of the Merlin hawk, a portable machine for levering weights from below, a device for pulling off boots, and a small white ball in the game of bowls.
Student Davidson.
Horn.
Sorry, say again?
Horn.
Nope.
Staff Jones.
Jack.
Correct. Well done. You get 3 bonus questions on administrative regions of France. Its capital, Strasbourg. Which region of France lies along the west bank of the Rhine, adjacent to Germany and Switzerland?
I think that's Alsace.
Should we go with Alsace? Yeah,
Yeah.
Alsace.
It is Alsace, not, as it says here, Alsace-Lorraine. Besançon is the capital of which French region to the south of Alsace? Formerly part of the Duchy of Burgundy, it finally became part of France in 1678.
Any ideas, team?
No.
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 Give us a south. Give us something that's in the south of France.
Bordeaux.
Bordeaux.
No, but Bordeaux's on the west. This is going to be on the east, isn't it? Okay. It's going to be on the east. Bordeaux's on the west. It's on the Atlantic coast. It's not
Come on,
Bordeaux.
John. What do you think then?
Hurry up.
What's a region?
I'm just going through different wines and wondering if the
Champagne.
region.
It's not
Champagne, go on.
Champagne. No, it's Franche-Comté.
Oh, we've been here all day and not got that.
Comte.
Yeah.
Right, to the west of Alsace and bordering Luxembourg and Belgium, which region in northern France includes the cities of Metz and Nancy?
Any ideas?
Could it be Brittany?
It's the only one we know, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll go with
North.
Brittany.
It says to the west of Alsace. It doesn't say to the west
yeah,
of
north.
France. And it's not Brittany.
Oh, well.
Its main produce is quiche, and it is, of course,
Lorraine.
Okay, let's move on then. Your next starter. Which cricketer was the oldest man to score a Test century, doing so in the 1928-29 season? A Surrey and England player, he was the sports...
Staff Jones.
Grace.
No. And you lose 5 points for interrupting. I'll continue. A Surrey and England player, he was the sport's most prolific batsman, scoring 197 first-class centuries. No, cricket, obviously, not a strong point with the students.
Students Lee.
Compton.
Nope. It was Jack Hobbs, Sir John Berry Hobbs, 1882 to 1963. Okay, so let's move on to a new starter. Which 2003 film features the appropriately named characters of Bubbles, Google, Bloat, and Jill, or Gil?
Students McGovern.
Finding Nemo.
Correct. Well done. And as a reward, you get 3 bonus questions on loan words, which I don't know what that means, but we'll give it a whirl. Golf means sweater. Slip means underpants. Montgomery means a duffel coat. And tight means morning dress. In what European language?
Golf means sweater. I don't know. Johnny, guess.
Go French. French.
No, it's Italian. In French, the word basket can mean either basketball or what item of clothing?
He said sneakers, trainers, right? Trainers.
That's correct. Trainers, sneakers, plimsolls, etc. In German, a handy denotes what everyday appliance?
Mobile phone.
Mobile phone.
Correct. Well done. So we're just over halfway through, and students are 80 to staff of 30. So your starter for 10. The father of Robert Louis Stevenson invented a white box known as a screen, used in which branch of science?
Students McGovern.
Meteorology.
Correct. Well done. You get 3 bonus questions on the outbreak of diseases. Working as a cook for a number of families in New York in the early 1900s, Mary Mallon carried and spread what disease characterized by diarrhea and fever, although she herself remained healthy?
Typhoid.
Into typhoid, yeah.
Typhoid Mary.
Typhoid Mary, indeed. Broad Street in Soho in 1854 saw an outbreak of which acute disease causing severe vomiting and diarrhea? The physician John Snow traced the source to a contaminated water pump.
Cholera?
Cholera, I think, yeah.
Cholera.
Cholera is correct. And in 1665, William Mompesson, the rector of Eyam in Derbyshire, persuaded his villagers to stay in their homes rather than to flee to nearby towns, thus restricting the spread of which disease?
The plague, is it?
Plague, yeah.
Plague.
Bubonic plague or the Black Death. Well done. Storming ahead here, students. Now have 105 staff. Dear, oh dear. Your starter for 10. Used in sunglasses, what trade name did the American inventor Edwin Land give in 1932?
Staff Jones.
Polaroid.
Well interrupted, Staff Jones. You now get 3 bonus questions on 20th century symphonies. Kaddish, The Age of Anxiety, and Jeremiah are symphonies by which American composer?
Copland is the only American composer I know.
Let's go with that.
Let's go with that.
Go with
Jane.
Copland.
No. Leonard Bernstein.
Ah, he's the other one we know.
Yeah.
He's not a composer.
The Copernican and the Symphony of Sorrowful Songs are symphonies by which Polish composer?
Gorecki.
Come on, Susan.
Gorecki.
Gorecki.
Correct.
Well done, Susan.
To October, Leningrad and Babi Yar are symphonies by which Russian composer?
Is it Shostakovich or Solzhenitsyn? Leningrad, it's Shostakovich, I think.
Shostakovich.
Correct.
Good, Susan.
Well
Right.
done, Susan.
Your starter for 10, awarded for the first time in 2003, which prize, named after the Norwegian mathematician Niels Henrik, recognises a lifetime's achievement in mathematics? It was introduced to complement the Nobel Prizes.
Staff Stewart.
Would that be the Field Prize?
It would not be
Sorry.
the Fields Prize. And you interrupted.
Sorry.
It was awarded to complement the Nobel Prizes, which do not have an award for mathematics. Students, do you have any notion about the name of this prize?
No.
I can see a lot of shaking heads. Okay, it was the Abel Prize. Start for 10. What 3-word phrase came into general use in English after it was used as the title of an economic and social study of 1958 by John Kenneth Galbraith?
Oh.
Student McGovern.
Cash is king.
Nope. Staff, I'll have to hurry you.
Staff Bandara.
Other people's money.
No, the Affluent Society. Okay, let's start again then. For 10 points, what Greek-derived term denotes the scientific study of
Staff
humans?
Stewart.
That was a mistake. Sorry. Greek.
Well, be a bit more careful, please, Staff.
Sorry.
I'll start again. What Greek-derived term denotes the scientific study of humans in relation to their physical working environment and, more broadly,
Staff Darcy.
Ergonomics.
Correct. Well
Well done,
interrupted.
John.
Well done, John.
So you get 3 bonus questions on elasticity.
Oh, God.
Considering
Marosha, over to you.
Consider a bar experiencing a small tensional force along its length. What name is given to the ratio of force to the cross-sectional area of the bar?
Is that pressure? Oh, I wonder if it's
No.
pressure.
Torsion?
Say that again.
Torsion?
Torsion is a twisting force. This would be
Yeah.
strain. I don't know.
What shall I go?
Someone, I need an answer.
Oh, let's go with stress because that's what I'm feeling.
It is indeed stress.
Well done, Jane.
Well done, Jane.
Oh, what a team!
If the bar stretches under the force, what is the fractional change in its length called?
Extension.
Extension?
No, strain.
Oh.
Finally, which British scientist born 1773 gives his name to the quantity which is the ratio of the tensile stress to the tensile strain?
Arosha? Any idea?
Yeah, computer science and physics are not quite the same two subjects. But
You're in the right faculty though.
Right, okay, well, you're clearly not going to give me the answer of
Galileo
and Young's modulus.
Never heard of it.
Right, we've got 4 minutes left. You're starting for 10. What architectural feature may be described as an arch that has been rotated around its vertical axis? Its name derives from the
Student Burns.
Dome?
Correct. Well interrupted. And you get 3 bonus questions on classical music and literature. Dedicated to Rudolph of Austria, the Archduke Trio in B-flat major is an 1811 work by which composer?
Beethoven.
Correct. Beethoven's Archduke Trio plays a prominent role in Kafka on the Shore, a 2002 work by which Japanese novelist?
Haruki Murakami.
Murakami.
Correct. And a standard piano trio consists of a piano and which 2-stringed instruments?
Violin and cello.
Correct. Well done. You now have more than twice as many points as the staff. Starter for 10. Zygodactylus birds, such as parrots and woodpeckers, have how many toes pointing backwards and how many forwards? Zygodactylus.
Staff Jones.
3 forwards, 2 backwards.
Nope.
Student McGovern.
2 forward and 1 backward.
Nope. 2 forwards and 2 backwards. So nobody's going to get any questions about Edinburgh, which is sad. But we'll go on to a starter for 10. Which Swiss city gives its name to a widely used device for producing intermittent rotary motion, characterized by alternate periods of motion and rest, with no reversal in direction, such as was used in early motion picture projectors? Which Swiss city?
Staff Bandara.
Zurich.
Nope.
Student McGovern.
Geneva?
Correct.
That was lucky.
You know all about early motion picture projectors. Glad to see
Definitely.
that. And you're going to get 3 bonus questions on a card game. Former Test cricketer Sir Everton Weekes has also represented Barbados at which card game?
Poker
is
or
obvious.
Bridge? I don't know if it'd be bridge.
Maybe bridge.
bridge or poker? We'll go bridge.
Bridge.
Correct. Which world leader's only official post at the time of his death in 1997 was said to be president of his country's bridge association?
When was it? He died in 1997. I have no idea.
Could that be the Singaporean?
Oh, it could.
You?
If I can remember his name.
Well, we don't know.
It was Deng Xiaoping.
Oh.
Yeah.
Born Michael Shalhoub in 1932, which actor led a successful professional bridge team?
1932. No idea. No, I don't know.
Omar Sharif.
Oh, yeah.
Right, well, with 10 seconds to go, your starter for 10. First detected in 1965 by Arno Penzias and Robert Wilson. What three-word terms? OU staff have 60 points, but the students have wiped the floor with them with 145. Well done to the students. And as I inevitably say, when students beat the staff, it just shows how well we teach them. Thank you very much. That was a most enjoyable afternoon's what?
Well done, students.
Everybody.
Yeah,
Well done.
Congratulations.